Sarah and Michael loved Saturdays. They loved waking up early and eating breakfast together. But most of all, they loved going to yard sales. One sunny Saturday, they found a yard sale at the edge of town. The sale was full of old furniture and dusty boxes. Sarah and Michael loved imagining who owned these things before. They felt like detectives searching for clues to the past. "Look at this old dresser, Michael," Sarah said, pointing to a large wooden dresser tucked away in a corner. It was covered in scratches and the paint was peeling. "I bet we could make it beautiful again." Michael smiled. He loved Sarah's enthusiasm for finding hidden treasures. They both agreed to buy the dresser. It would be their next project. Back home, they moved the dresser to their workshop. The dresser was heavy and smelled of old wood. They wondered who had owned it before and what stories it held. They imagined a family using the dresser long ago. Over the next few weeks, Sarah and Michael spent their evenings working on the dresser. They carefully sanded the rough edges, removing years of grime. They chose a beautiful blue paint for the dresser and antique gold for the edging and handles. As they worked, they talked and laughed, enjoying each other's company. Refurbishing furniture was their way of creating something beautiful together, a shared passion that brought them closer. One evening, as Michael pulled out a drawer, he felt something stuck at the back. Reaching in, his fingers grasped a small, rolled-up parchment. He carefully pulled it out. It felt fragile and brittle. "Sarah, look!" Michael exclaimed, unrolling the parchment. It was a map drawn in faded ink on aged paper. It depicted a nearby park they often visited. Intrigued, they studied the map, their fingers tracing the lines and symbols. "This map must be really old," Sarah whispered. "Do you think it could lead to a real treasure?" Their hearts pounded with anticipation. The old dresser had revealed a secret, inviting them on an unexpected adventure. The next morning, excitement filled the air as Sarah and Michael set out for the park. They carried the map, now carefully protected in a plastic sleeve. Michael had bought a pickaxe and Sarah had brought a small shovel. After all, you can't dig for treasure without the tools. The park was filled with familiar sights and sounds. Children laughing on the playground, dogs chasing frisbees, families enjoying picnics. They followed the map's markings, their pace quickening with every step. The map led them off the main path, deeper into the park's wooded area. Sunlight dappled through the trees, casting dancing shadows on the forest floor. "This is it," Michael said, stopping at a large oak tree. The map's red X marked this very spot. The air hung heavy with anticipation as they prepared to unearth the past. They dug carefully around the base of the tree, their anticipation growing with each scoop of earth. After a few minutes, the trowel hit something solid. They exchanged excited glances and dug faster, revealing a small, rusted metal box. With trembling hands, Sarah opened the box. Inside, they found old photographs, letters, and a journal. The photographs depicted a young couple from the early 1900s, smiling and happy. The letters were love letters, full of heartfelt words and promises. The journal belonged to the woman in the photographs, detailing her life and adventures with her husband. As they read through the journal, they discovered that the couple had buried the box to preserve their memories, hoping that one day someone would find it and know their story. The journal entries were filled with love and joy, describing the couple's adventures, their dreams, and the deep bond they shared. Sarah and Michael felt a profound connection to the couple. It was as if they had discovered kindred spirits from another time. They spent the afternoon reading the journal and letters, feeling inspired by the love and happiness that transcended time. When they returned home, they placed the photographs and letters in a special box, keeping the journal on their nightstand. The old dresser, now beautifully refurbished, stood proudly in their bedroom as a reminder of their adventure. Years passed, and Sarah and Michael often reminisced about the day they found the hidden map. They would tell their children and grandchildren about the mysterious dresser and the treasure it held. It became a cherished family story, a symbol of love and adventure that would be passed down through generations. As they grew old together, Sarah and Michael would look at the photographs and read the journal, always reminded of the day they discovered that love stories, like hidden treasures, are timeless and priceless, and every time they did, they would smile, knowing that their own love story was just as magical and enduring.